Jagdeo calls for PPP Facebook army. Houston teacher makes peace with parent. And Tula reduces Guyanese investments. I'm Rico Polfort, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. As the General Secretary of the PPP, Jagdeo urged party members to sign up for social media accounts to help push the party's narrative. Speaking at a commemoration ceremony for the late President Dr. Chetty Jagan over the weekend, Jagdeo called on party comrades to help fight back on social media. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister said Ghana will continue to see large-scale development under the stewardship of a government committed to more action and less talk. They also claimed that the PPP is the most diverse party in Ghana and called on persons to unite to destroy the weapons of racism and the politicians who dare to wield them. The chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, Jermaine Figuera, has accused the government of deliberately stalling the work of the committee. The government has been absent from several meetings, forcing their cancellations since changing the required quorum for the sitting of the PAC. The PAC chairman said the government's attitude toward the work of the parliament is reflective in other parliamentary committees and that the government must be held accountable for its actions and lack of commitment, as they have yet again failed to show up for another PAC meeting. The Ministry of Agriculture's National Drainage and Irrigation Authority has clarified that work is underway to restore and upgrade the Coca and discharge channel at Virgin Eugene on the east bank of Essequibo. This comes after residents' pleads for upgrades to the Coca and Truck Line Canal. The NDIA has awarded a contract to Arbutrum Contracting Services for the fabrication of a new door and installation of lifting mechanism and construction of a pump station at Greenwich Park, Barnwell, which has already commenced. The NDIA emphasizes that it will continue to work with vulnerable areas to bring relief to farmers and residents. Demerara Distillers Limited, DDL, has signed a $22 million contract with the IDB to enhance the production capacity of its products. The investment will create a larger market for local farmers and Guyana's agriculture sector, as well as increase DDL's capacity to produce value-added output. The investment will also advance the group's diversification agenda and contribute to strengthening national food security. Last week's incident at Houston Secondary School, in which a teacher armed herself with a cutlass, has been resolved after the teacher, Miss Gentle, and the parents of the offending student sorted out their differences. The Guyana Teachers Union General Secretary has called for the Ministry of Education to work with teachers and parents to address the breakdown in the school system that led to the incident. Indeed.
Hey, I'm interrupting this program to let you know that not all truck parts are created equal. Some does work hard without any problems for a long time, while others does make your truck break down quick and got you running your pockets again. Get genuine high-quality parts from Powered Automotive Truck Spares and Engine Parts and extend the life of your repair. They're the authorized dealer in Guyana for Hammer USA products like brake valves, clutch discs, universal bearings, and others. Visit them at 1161 EE Eccles or call them on 697-0171. Powered Automotive, the #1 truck and engine parts store in Guyana. If you didn't know, well, now you know.
Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is 2020 Toyota Raze. It's almost brand new, and it comes with Toyota safety sets, Bluetooth, mud rims, new tires, TV, CD, LED lighting, fog lamps, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cars for $6 million. Or pay as low as $1.2 million down with around $160,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them you can send you for this sweet deal. Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Ghana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. The investigation into the murder of Guyanese Canadian national Roma Dukaran widens as a major crimes unit takes over the case. Dukaran's semi-nude body was found on the foreshore of Laguan Island on March 17th, and an autopsy revealed that she died from blunt force trauma to the head and compression to the neck. Dukaran, a retired manager who lived in Canada, was reportedly in Guyana for business and had checked into a hotel in the city before her body washed ashore at Laguarne. A real estate agent has been charged with attempted murder after stabbing a taxi driver during a fight at a bar. Kevin Bassard, also known as Chinese Man, was remanded to prison after appearing in court today. The victim was rushed to the hospital for treatment for his injuries sustained in the attack. Now, over in the Diaspora, advocates seeking to co-name a portion of Utica Avenue to Guyana Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, have settled for a shorter than proposed stretch of the road after members of Community Board 18 rejected their proposal at this month's meeting. Community Boards 9 and 17 approved the plan, but Community Board 18 members voted on March the 15th to not include the two blocks under its jurisdiction in the co-naming from Foster Avenue to Avenue H, citing concerns about the lack of inclusion of other Caribbean nations and the size of the coverage area. Sounds like a set of haters. Anyway, the Brooklynites pushing the idea will move forward in the already approved areas, the stretch of Utica Avenue that runs from the Eastern Parkway down to Foster Avenue. How much you want to bet it was probably a Jamaican or a set of Chinese that were against this effort? Ah! No, I'm kidding. I love you guys. Nevertheless, congratulations to the people over there in the diaspora that have gotten that part of the road named after us. Now for today's oil update. Tullow Oil plans to farm down interest in assets, including those offshore Guyana, to manage risk and ensure it can participate at an equity consistent with its capital allocation guidance, which means they basically don't have the money to be able to continue. The company recently announced write-offs of $97.7 million in costs related to the Kanaku and Orinduk blocks offshore Guyana, partly due to license relinquishments, expiry, planned exit, or reduced activity. Tullow's business plan is anchored on production from the Jubilee and 10 fields in Ghana and non-operated fields in Cote d'Ivoire and Gabon.
You can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, Marine Patrol, K-9 services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest. Now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News, Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you fear it relates to us. On Friday I ask, how do you feel about the concept of power sharing?
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Deslin Andrea White says power sharing sounds like a good idea because nothing is wrong with having different opinions, because they all build the world. Yet it's working together the different parties that may be of concern. Are they willing to work together fairly while respecting each other's opinions? Are they willing to overlook small matters instead of blowing it up? Or will they still be trying to outdo each other at every little thing, fighting to make each other look bad, or just a lot of selfish actions even though they claim otherwise? Those are all very salient points you've brought up. Willow Darrow says, how about getting rid of all our politicians? Amen. No, seriously. That might be a good thing for starters. Sharing or not, these folks will just do what they want to do. And if they don't like you, then you will not go anywhere. I agree with that 100%. We need a complete overhaul of the system as a whole. Suresh Prasad says no to power sharing. And finally, Barefoot Wanderer says, power sharing seems like spinning in mud to me. A waste of time. Not much will get accomplished, so no. Indeed. Now for tonight's question. I want to know, what questions do you have for me, Noriko? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Noriko Bolfoot saying, good night, folks.